Chapter 25 Fault Lines in the Sky. The message arrived not as sound, but as light. A narrow beam descended from the lead skycraft, striking the memory stone beside Commander Seris and unfolding into a hovering lattice of shimmering glyphs, emergency script, bright and urgent. Seris stepped into the projection, her face tightening as she read. Elara didn't need words to know. Something was wrong. Very wrong. "What is it?" Elara asked, voice barely steady. Seris inhaled slowly, a rare hesitation. "Structural failures reported across 3 primary districts," she said. "Light-Gilding arrays destabilizing, energy flow fluctuating beyond safe thresholds." Elara felt the ground tilt beneath her, not physically, but in her mind. "The city is cracking?" Seris nodded once. "Hairline fractures among foundational rings. The Council has declared a Level 1 preservation alert." Kalen's voice was quiet. "The system is compensating." Elara's heart pounded. If the anchor weakens below, the city loses equilibrium above. Seris looked at her sharply. Yes. The memory of the deep current's visions lingered in Elara's mind. Threads stretched too thin. Balance strained to breaking. "How long do we have?" she asked. Seris glanced back at the projection. "Unknown. Hours, perhaps days if stabilization protocols hold." Elara clenched her fists. "That's not enough." Kalen studied the shifting glyphs. "What are they doing?" he asked. Seris answered without looking away. "Redirecting energy reserves, reinforcing critical structures." Kalen's gaze darkened. "Drawing more from below." Seris did not deny it. Elara felt a sharp twist in her chest. "That will accelerate the collapse here," she said softly. Seris lowered the projection with a flick of her hand. "We are trying to prevent catastrophe." "So are we," Kalen replied. The deep current pulsed behind them, a gentle, steady presence like a vast heartbeat beneath the world. Elara turned toward the towering column. "What do we do?" she whispered. The surface shimmered. Meaning flowed, not in words but in understanding. She felt it like a blueprint unfolding inside her mind. "It's showing a convergence point," she said slowly. "A place where the currents intersect directly with the anchor." Kalen nodded. "The confluence." Seris frowned. "Can it be reached?" Kalen hesitated. "Yes, but not easily." Elara looked between them. "If we stabilize it there, we stabilize both worlds." Seris crossed her arms. "And what does stabilize require?" Elara felt the answer settle like weight. "Balanced input, light and shadow, willingly given." Kalen met her gaze. Understanding passed silently between them. Seris watched, reading the moment. "What does that mean for you?" Elara asked. Elara swallowed. "It means I may need to return to the city to adjust the Light-Gilding core." Kalen's expression remained steady, but something flickered deep in his eyes. "And I must prepare the currents below." Seris nodded slowly. "A coordinated operation. Risky, but logical." Elara let out a breath she hadn't realized she was holding. "For the first time, we're solving the same problem." A sudden pulse ran through the tether, sharp enough to make Elara gasp. Kalen steadied her instinctively. "It doesn't like the idea of separation," she said. Kalen's voice was gentle. "It is designed to maintain alignment." Seris studied the glowing band thoughtfully. "Then we must account for its limits," she said. Elara nodded slowly. 50 feet. The reality settled heavily between them.
"Is there a way to extend it?" Seris asked. Kalen shook his head. "Not without altering the artifact itself, and that could destabilize the bond." Elara frowned. "Unless—" Both turned to her. "Unless we move together." Seris raised an eyebrow. "You're suggesting bringing him to Ethelgard." Kalen said nothing, but the question hung in the air like lightning before a storm. Seris considered carefully. "That would cause complications," she said. Elara met her gaze. "So will letting the city fall." Silence. Then Seris gave a small, decisive nod. "If cooperation is required, then we proceed." Kalen looked toward the distant outline of the floating city, a faint shimmer against the horizon. "I have not walked beneath the open sky in a century," he said quietly. Elara felt a strange warmth at the thought. "Then maybe it's time," she said softly. Behind them, the deep current brightened, a subtle affirmation. The memory stone map shifted, lines flowing toward a new configuration, paths forming like veins guiding them forward. Seris turned toward the skycraft. "Order for transport, full diplomatic protocol." The guards exchanged glances, surprise evident, but obeyed without hesitation. As preparations began, Elara stood beside Kalen, watching the distant clouds drift slowly across the pale sky. "Are you afraid?" He considered. "Yes," he said, simply, "but not of what lies ahead." She looked at him. "Of what?" He met her eyes. "Of what we might have to change." Elara felt the truth of that settle deep in her chest. Above them, the sky seemed to stretch wider, as if anticipating what was to come. The tether glowed softly, not restraining, connecting. Far away, in the heights of Ethelgard, unseen fractures traced delicate lines across luminous streets, silent warnings written in light. And deep below, ancient currents shifted, preparing to receive what had long been divided.